Welcome to the Fearsome 4 podcast channel, in which we get practical with self-regulated learning.
This podcast is about an activity within the Forethought phase. Hey Robin.
Hey James.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How's your day been?
Actually, it was very interesting. My students and I have been working on setting goals. You said this morning you were also going to work on setting goals today, right?
Yeah, that's true. I've been working on writing SMART goals with my students. It's been going okay. Some struggle more than others.
Oh yeah? How is Sana doing with her SMART goals? Is she able to include all of the 5 elements in her goals?
Well, she likes to write everything as short as possible, so it's a little bit hard for her. She doesn't want to accept that writing goals such as I want to work on this or I want to work on this, that these are not quite SMART goals.
Uh-oh, that sounds like it's going to take a bit of practice, but believe me, have hope. I know she'll get there.
Yeah, I think so too. And so, how is goal setting going in your class?
It's been going very well, actually. We've been working on the different steps to formulate goals for your own personal learning plans.
Oh, interesting. What are these different steps?
Well, you have quite a few of them, about like 8 or something, if I'm correct. First of all, you have decide. So think of something you want to work on, want to work towards. So that's really the basis of your goal. Then, of course, you write it down. Make sure you write it down carefully. Second or third, you have, it's important to tell someone. So talking about your goals or telling someone who knows about your goals seems to increase the likelihood that you will stick to them. Then breaking down your goals, so it's especially important for big goals, so breaking them down into smaller goals to work on a big goal. Then you plan your first step, what you want to work on first, and then you keep going, of course. It's like the whole process, keep going. And when you finally reach the goal, you can celebrate, but we're not quite there yet with the celebrating phase.
Yeah, that takes time. These steps sound very useful. I should have a look at those. But I'm actually looking for another goal-setting activity that I can use in my class tomorrow. Do you have any ideas?
Actually, I do, yes. I have an activity that can be done with students, but it can also be done for teachers, so it could also be helpful for ourselves.
Oh, that is super useful. A win-win situation. How perfect. Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, well, the activity is about setting goals, so practical and reasonable ones. So first, when doing this activity, it's important to first explain to your students what goals are and why they are important. You could say or do this as followed. For example, what goals are is, for example, goals are specific, close-ended, quantifiable objectives with a fixed time frame for achieving them. Goals can be broken down into smaller and short-term objectives, which then become checkpoints for making sure you are on the right track. And then why should your students set goals? Well, without clear or specific reasonable goals, even the most diligent work inevitably turns into nothing more than an unavoidable burden. So first of all, goals help you concentrate your energy. So by defining what needs to be done and setting reasonable time limits for it, goals can help bring out the best in you. Secondly, goals can give you a sense of direction. To understand the importance of goals, there is this metaphor. When you decide on a purpose and time frame for your goals, it automatically facilitates your decisions regarding your route. So once the route is decided, you can check whether you are on the right track and on schedule. For this activity, you will either be for yourself as a teacher or with your students set and write goals. It is important you focus on something that is, for example, personally or school related.
Okay.
There are also, when working on this activity, some questions that come with the activity that you can ask your students or yourself before starting writing goals or after you have written a goal, to check or to think about really what goals are and what you want to write.
All right.
So first you have, when do you want to achieve this goal? How are you going to work towards this goal? Another one is, do you need a checklist for this goal? Or is this something you want to work on now or later in the future?
Good one.
And is this not already something you have worked on before? So is it really something you should be like working on right now?
Yeah.
Do you think you will need help from others? Do you think you should ask your teacher for help or your peers maybe? And where will you be able to work on this goal?
Yeah.
Is it something you could do at school? Is it something you could do at home, etc.?
Yeah.
It could be anywhere. So after thinking about these questions or answering these questions, you should be able to have formulated at least 1 or 2 goals. And then afterwards, when you completed the activity, you could say or tell your students to stick to your goals, work on them, and come back to them later to check if they were worth your time and if they actually helped.
Yeah, very important. Wow, what a great suggestion. I think I will implement this tomorrow. Yeah, I think I can see this working in my class. Oh, my break is over, by the way, so I really need to go. But thank you so much for the suggestion, and I'll see you later.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye, have a great day.
You too. The explanation of this activity is linked in the description below.
Thank you for listening to this podcast. And remember, let's get practical with self-regulated learning.